75 high vibe, 75 days for you to feel more high vibrational, to feel better in your skin, and to live a more beautiful life. Hello, my holistic soul sisters. Welcome back to another episode on Holistic Soul Sisters Radio. I have missed you so much. I am so looking forward to sitting down today, chit-chatting, talking all things 75 high vibe. If you don't know what that is yet, you will by the end of this episode, and I hope I inspire you to take the challenge. If you've been following me on social media, you know this is a program that I've created over the past couple of weeks as I've really been navigating another little health crisis that I've been through since we got back from South Africa. So I'm going to fill you in today, and then we're going to dive all into 75 high vibe, how you can incorporate it into your life, and how in the next 75 days you can feel absolutely amazing by just tweaking and adjusting some really small things in your life. I've been on it for 3 weeks, and I am shocked as to how these little tiny things have made me feel so good after, like I said, having a little health crisis. Today, I am drinking my Sagittarius tea blend from the Astrology Tea Collection. You can see if you're watching it here on Holistic Soul Sister TV, you can see it's a beautiful blue color because it has butterfly pea flower in it, spearmint, oolong, cornflowers, and dandelion for the liver. So I've been sipping on this a lot lately. I absolutely love this blend. I have my 11/11 candle burning from the 11/11 retreat, and I am just ready to chit chat with you. So how have you been, Holistic Soul Sister? How is 2024 treating you? Summer is around the corner. It's on the horizon. And if you're needing a little revamp, a reset, if you're wanting to feel better in your skin, gain more energy, gain more vitality, I got you in today's episode. So what I want to first do is give you a little bit of the story of what's unfolded since the last episode, since I came back from South Africa, because that really has led me to creating the 75 High Vibe program. So if you don't know me and you're new, welcome, Holistic Soul Sister. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the tribe. Back in 2017, I was diagnosed with 2 autoimmune conditions. I had Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, and celiac. So I've been gluten-free now for 12 years. And it got to a point dealing with those 2 autoimmune issues that I realized this was going to be ongoing and lifelong, and I could not stand the thought of that. I met this amazing woman who told me, you can reverse your autoimmune, you know. And it was my first introduction into holistic healing. And I was committed. Whatever it takes, let's do it. And I ended up doing the autoimmune paleo protocol, the AIP diet. Very strict on it. I ended up being paleo for almost 10 months. And in that point of my life, I got off my thyroid medication. I gained a bunch of muscle mass. I felt so good in my skin. I was the healthiest I'd ever been. I was so fit. That was 2017, 2018. Then, if you guys know, you know, I went through a mold crisis, mold toxicity from my home. It led me down a deep, dark spiral, my dark night of the soul. I had Epstein-Barr, parasites, heavy metal poisoning, mold, of course, and many other pathogens. And I was really sick. I mean, I was bedridden for about 8 months. I couldn't walk. My legs would give out. I couldn't read, write, drive a car, couldn't hold a conversation. I had no memory. It was very neurological for me. Chronic, constant anxiety and panic attacks. Absolutely awful stage of my life. But again, through holistic healing and all these different modalities, working with some of the best holistic doctors ever, I gained my health back. And that's actually what inspired Holistic Soul Sisters to be born, where I just knew that it was part of my mission to help other women heal holistically and grow spiritually, and to share the modalities and the techniques and all the things that I had learned on my own journey. And so since 2020, I have been feeling much better. I've regained a lot of my strength and a lot of my vitality, but in the last couple of years, there's been these little things still holding me back. And a lot of them have been inflammation. So I still get very inflamed, have cystic acne, joint pain. I get fatigued very easily, and I have not been able to go back to the gym. And this has been driving me bonkers because I'll go to the gym and it feels like I worked out so hard. I don't recover. And for days, I feel like I have the flu. So back in the fall, I went to my holistic doctor and she was like, hey, we still got these silver fillings. We got to get out of your mouth. It's probably the metal, the mercury poisoning, and we just need to eat more food. Okay, got it. Well, then we went to South Africa and I was a little nervous because I didn't have my health where I wanted it to be. We go on the trip and I end up feeling amazing. I'm drinking alcohol, I'm eating sugar, we're busy, like go, 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 not sleeping a lot. I'm indulging in all this food. I don't put on a freaking pound, not 1 pound. come back from the trip, and within 2 weeks, I crashed. I had some of the weirdest symptoms I'd ever experienced in my entire life creep in and pop up. Now, remember, I took the anti-malaria medication while we were there because I had to. So I come back and I'm getting liver pain, I'm getting weird rib pain, I'm getting swollen lymph nodes in my groin, I'm getting weird stabbing pains in my stomach, and I spiral. Sister, I spiral because I'm on WebMD, PubMed, I am researching, and I do not like what I'm seeing. So if you've been there, I've been there with you. And I immediately call my holistic doctor, who is just my godsend, and I immediately request blood work. I get blood work done. I go see her in her office. We do some IV treatments, and I crashed. Literally crashed. My adrenals couldn't handle it. My Epstein-Barr flared. I couldn't get off the couch, could not even function. All I wanted to do was sleep. Really, really challenging for me in the month of March. I was just like in a full hermit mode. I canceled so many clients because I couldn't even bear the thought of communicating with someone, let alone actually offering a service, which was really hard for me. Then fear crept in and just all those things. I got ultrasounds, I got scans, I got blood work, everything looked fine. So I know you've probably been there too, where your doctors say everything is fine, but you feel like garbage. And then I went to see my second holistic doctor, my other favorite, where we did bioenergetic feedback scanning, which can detect imbalances in your body immediately. And then she gives you a homeopathic remedy to take home. Well, we uncovered that my Epstein-Barr was totally flared. My adrenals were tanked. My hormones were off. I had heavy metals like through the roof, and my lymphatic system was completely stuck. So my body was fighting something, and then it wasn't detoxing it out. And unfortunately, my thyroid antibodies, my autoimmune was creeping back in. So it hasn't been that way since 2017, which I take that so seriously. I do not want to go back on meds. And so we had to make the decision for me to go back on AIP. And that decision led me to ultimately create 75 High Vibe. So as we go through 75 High Vibe, if you're watching this on the video version, I'm going to pull up a screenshot of the protocol. If you are watching or listening, I should say, on a podcast platform where you don't see the video, head to Holistic Soul Sister Instagram page. It's just holistic.soul.sisters. And I have a post there with the graphic of the 75 High Vibe. So you can screenshot it and make your own little like habit tracker with it. But just so you know, you're going to see it in the video version. So essentially, I started AIP, which is the Autoimmune Paleo Protocol, and it has been so hard. So let me break that down because you don't have to do this for the 75 High Vibe, okay? This is my diet that is specific to me and what I needed to do. You can do it. I recommend it if you have autoimmune issues or inflammation issues. That's why I'm going to share a little bit about it now before we dive into 75 High Vibe. But you don't have to. You can do whatever diet works for you. That could be plant-based. It could be veggie, high. You could still eat meat, but just incorporate more veggies. You could do intermittent fasting. You could do paleo. You could do whatever works for you. Okay. So for the diet portion, it's what works for you. I'm just sharing now the AIP for me. So when we decided for me to go back on AIP, I mourned for 2 weeks. I was so sad. I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to do this again. It's been 3 weeks. I'm almost done with it. And I feel so good. It's the quickest turnaround I've ever had from putting my Epstein-Barr in remission. Usually when it reactivates, it's a virus. I'm down and out for a month or two. This was about 3 weeks. So I feel much better. You can see I'm not bloated if you're watching the video, not bloated at all. I'm starving a little bit, even though I'm eating so much food. Because the AIP diet consists of, it's paleo, so it's meat, lots of protein from bone broth and chicken and turkey and beef and lamb and bison, fish. I don't eat seafood, but you can have seafood and fish, and then fruits and veggies. But not all veggies. You can't have potatoes. You can have sweet potatoes, but not regular potatoes. You can't have tomatoes, which are considered nightshades. You can't have pepper or eggplant. And that's the majority of that. You can't have nuts or seeds. Those are all out, including spices or seasoning that are nuts and seeds. No preservatives, no artificial flavors or coloring. So no processed food pretty much whatsoever. And no grains, which is really hard for me because I live on rice and I live on pasta and corn. Can't have any of that. And no dairy, no soy, no eggs, no gluten. So I've been eating my face off and I can't seem to get enough food, which is a good sign that my metabolism is high again. Before, I just never felt hungry. I just didn't want to eat. So my metabolism is back. I'm starting to gain muscle mass because I'm very protein focused, literally eating protein on a regular basis. And that was the kick I really needed. Most women, we don't eat enough protein. So if you don't get anything away from this episode, please, after you listen to this episode, please find a way to consume more protein. Protein, okay? It literally can be that simple. Sometimes we want to complicate our healing journey and we say, what supplement should I take? Should I take detox baths? What doctor should I see? Like, we want to go do all the things. Protein. Sometimes it's as simple as just starting to increase your protein intake, and then your body will have the fuel it needs to create amino acids, to create hormones, to create muscle, and then it can start healing and repairing itself. So start with protein. If you don't have enough protein, your doctor is going to tell you to do it anyways. So jumpstart it with that. Okay, so I'm having more protein. I've been on AIP. A lot of my inflammation has gone down. My joint pain has gone down. My energy is back. I feel so good. And then I'm like, all right, what else can I do to get to where I want to be? And therefore, 75 High Vibe was born. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm just going to share a little bit of my credentials because I feel like I blended all of these modalities into this formula. I'm a cosmetologist. I've been in the beauty industry for 10 years. And so I infused some beauty in there for our hair, skin, and nails. I was a personal trainer specializing in fitness nutrition. So I made sure to incorporate some physical movement and some nutrition, right? I am a holistic health coach, so I made sure to infuse some things that help with detoxing, removing pathogens, improving our cellular vibration, our cellular health, and I'm an energy healer. So I made sure to incorporate some spiritual and mental practices that, again, can increase our vibration. So with all of my modalities combined, 75 High Vibe was born. And so let's get into it, what it is, what it isn't. And it's pretty much my take on 75 Hard. So if you've heard of 75 Hard, it is 75 days of accomplishing specific tasks in order to increase your life and your vitality and your physical body and all the things. 75 Hard can be very challenging for women who are on a healing journey, who have hormone issues, who have autoimmune issues, who have chronic inflammation, because those 2 workouts a day can be really overwhelming. And some of the other criteria is just, it's too much. So we scaled it back. We made it Holistic Soul Sister friendly. There are little things that you can do every single day. I promise it's easy. So with that, let's dive in to the part of the episode you've probably been waiting for. 75 High Vibe, 75 days for you to feel more high vibrational, to feel better in your skin, and to live a more beautiful life. Now, I want to give you this caveat. This can be modified in many different ways, especially the diet. And how it can be modified, we'll go through it when we get to each of the modalities. So 75 High Vibe, we are starting out with our physical body. These are the tasks you want to accomplish for your physical vessel over the next 75 days. Number 1, red light exposure every single day. This is an every single day task. If you have a red light device, great. You can use your red light device for 15 minutes a day, wherever you need on your physical body. Or if you do not have a red light device, no worries. The sun offers free red light every single day at 2 different times of day. One is going to be in the morning as the sun is rising, and the second is when the sun is setting. We call that glow hour every night, when you can get the perfect photos, right? Because it's that red orangey tone. Now, red light exposure is optimal for women, for our hormones, and for cellular health and healing, because red light helps us create melatonin, our natural anti-inflammatory hormone, and also helps lower our cortisol, our stress hormone, which causes belly fat. Red light exposure also helps turn on our mitochondria. Our mitochondria are like the power plants or the power factories of our cells. And if our mitochondria don't work, we don't have enough energy to repair damage. And so red light exposure is going to be so important for us every single day. If you want a recommendation on my favorite red light device, you can head to Holistic Soul Sisters to the Instagram page. I have a reel about my red light device, the one that I love, the ones that I recommend, and the ones I don't recommend. Now, they can be a little pricey, so don't go cheap and just buy one on Amazon Amazon, you're not getting the right exposure and wavelength, etc., make sure it is something that you invest in and you get a good quality one to really make it worth your while. But remember, the sun is free and you can get out there every single day. Now, don't wear sunscreen when you're exposing yourself to the red light of the sun. We have more red light than blue light the first hour of the morning and the last hour of the night. And so red light helps with healing any damaged cells from the blue light of the sun, so you don't need sunscreen. I know that's a controversial opinion, but I'm just saying there's facts and data to back that up. Now, the second thing on 75 high vibe in the physical category is 10 minutes of rebounding. Now, I have a rebounder. It's one of those mini trampolines, but essentially what this task is moving your lymphatic system. So the modifications for this would be dry brushing every day, jumping up and down in place, just moving your lymph through jumping. That could be just jumping on your toes. It could be jumping jacks, jumping rope. Just jumping up and down is going to move your lymphatic system. It could be also taking some herbs for your lymphatic system. But I would definitely recommend the rebounding, then the lymphatic dry brushing, and then the herbs. So let's break each one of those down. Rebounding, if you don't have a mini trampoline, it is a cheap investment. You can get it on Amazon. They're really small. You can put them in your office, put them in your bedroom in the corner. Rebounding is such a beautiful modality to move our lymphatic. Why do we want to move our lymphatic? Well, our lymphatic system is our garbage disposal system of the body. Whenever our body or immune system goes and kills a pathogen, a virus, a bacteria, something we don't want, it then removes it from the body through the lymphatic system. And then it has to come out in our poop, pee, or sweat. And so what can happen is we get backed up. Our lymphatic system gets stuck. Now, one of our largest lymph nodes, if you're watching the video version, is right in your clavicle. And unfortunately, for many of us, we work with our hands forward on our phone forward, and our shoulders start to rotate in. And as they rotate in, it pinches off the lymph nodes in our clavicle bones. And then our lymphatic system doesn't drain. Same thing with our head. We have lots of lymph nodes in our sinuses and obviously in our tonsil area, and those can get stuck and backed up as well. That means the garbage is not being removed and things are backing up and they're getting stuck and they're getting stagnant and we get stinky. And so we want to make sure that we're moving our lymph every day, because our lymphatic system does not move unless we move it. Our circulatory system with our heart and our blood is moved by the organ of the heart. The lymphatic system does not have an organ that moves it. We must move it. So rebounding on a trampoline, you don't have to jump up and down. You actually want to keep your feet on the rebounder. And I'm also going to post a reel on Holistic Soul Sister Instagram page for each one of these modalities. So don't worry, you can just head over there and you can read more about it and watch me do it. So you're going to just rebound with your feet on the trampoline up and down just lightly for about 10 minutes. If you're going to dry brush, you're going to use a specific dry brush. You can just Amazon it, and you're going to brush from your feet up to your groin, your hands up to your heart, around your stomach. We have so many lymph nodes in our stomach area and our digestive tract, and then from your head down into your neck. Very beautiful routine. And then, like I said, there's lots of herbs that help move the lymphatic system as well. So honor your lymph, red light every day. Next in the physical category is 15 minutes of strength training. We're not overdoing it, sister. We're not overdoing it. This is 75 high vibe. We are not tapping ourselves out with a long ass workout. We're not doing that. Okay. Baby steps here. 15 minutes a day is enough to see an improvement in your muscle mass. Now, if you are someone that's a fitness girly, you go ahead and increase that to 50 minutes to an hour and a half, like whatever works for you. Again, everything can be modified. But if you're someone that does not work out regularly, or you're still healing from some sort of chronic illness, 15 minutes a day is enough. And what I like to do is I'll either use like little bands and I'll do things for my glutes and my butt. I'll use a kettlebell and do some like arm lifts and some side lateral raises. Like I just pick a part of the body, and for 15 minutes, I work on strength training. Don't complicate it, just something to strengthen your muscles. It could be air squats. It could be sitting down in a chair and standing back up. It could be walking up and down your steps. Like whatever you got to do to work your muscles, not cardio, work your muscles for 15 minutes a day. As far as cardio, that's going to be number 4 in the physical category, and that is 5,000 steps a day. It's not that much, I promise. And let me tell you something. I'm a personal trainer. I know how important walking is. I know how important movement is. But let me tell you, I have not been moving. And ever since I stopped being a bartender and stopped working corporate in the spa world, and I've been working more at my desk doing birth chart readings and a lot of content creation, I have not been moving my body. And so I thought I was fit. I thought I was moving my body. Once I committed to 5,000 steps a day, it has been life-changing. My digestion and constipation has improved. My energy has improved. My lymphatic system, I don't feel so stuck and stagnant and swollen all the time. That's it. All it took was 5,000 steps a day. It takes me about 45 minutes when I really get moving, and I do it first thing in the morning, and sometimes I only do about 2,000 in the morning. Then I have my breakfast and I do some work, and then at lunch, I go do the rest of my steps. Or just space it out throughout the day, because then I move sporadically. Whatever works for you, 5,000 steps a day. If you want an AA plus on 75 high vibe, do 10,000 steps, but again, only do what works for you. Then we're moving down the category, stretching and flexibility. So the fifth task we need for our physical body on 75 high vibe is stretching for 30 minutes a day. This is so important because flexibility is the number one indicator as we age where we need to move into a nursing home or assisted facility. Because if you can't bend down and tie your shoe, and you can't lift things, and you can't reach above your head, you're going to need assistance. And so as we age, it is so important for us to stretch. This could be literally just sitting there stretching with no, tools, or it could be like foam rolling, using one of those Theraguns, some fascia work, again, whatever works for you, but 30 minutes of slow stretching. We're not stretching where we're in a rush, where we're, just trying to push and force our muscles. This is about honoring your nervous system. Because we go, we work, we rush through life, and then our nervous system gets in overdrive, fight or flight, which leads to inflammation, which leads to cortisol imbalance, which leads to sleep problems. I mean, the list goes on and on when we have stress. So these 30 minutes of slow stretching every day are going to help you calm the body, get into those tight joints where the body keeps score, and it's going to allow you to just ease and flow into your feminine energy and nourishing the release of these stuck and stagnant places where you hold on to emotions and you hold on to trauma and you hold on to pain. We're going to work them out. So what I like to do is I do 15 minutes in the morning and I do 15 minutes in the evening. Or on days where I'm watching one of my favorite shows, I just get on the floor and I stretch while I'm watching my show. And some days it's really just me stretching as I'm in bed, stretching my legs and my hips. Other days I'm on my foam roller and I'm using my foam roller to really get into the tight spots in my hips and my joints. I'll post a video again on Holistic Soul Sisters on kind of my foam rolling fascia techniques. I have a Theragun that I use sometimes to work out knots in my shoulder. And sometimes I have my man use the massage gun and get into certain places to help me open up those muscles, and then I stretch afterwards. So stretch, please. It is so important. We should all be doing it every single day. So the sixth thing we're going to do to help improve our physical health on the 75 High Vibe Challenge is sauna. Now, I know not everyone has access to a sauna, so this can definitely be modified, but what we're trying to do is sweat 4 times a week, okay? Sauna is amazing because it's easy, it's simple, it's quick. I prefer infrared sauna if you have a choice or an option, because it's really going to help open the lymphatic system and remove toxins from the body. But if you don't have a sauna, no worries. You can do a detox bath. With a detox bath, you're going to use Epsom salt, the clean one, not the one that's filled with fragrances and chemicals. Add in some baking soda, take some vitamin C, either capsules or powder, put that in your bath water, and then you're gonna add in some essential oil that you love. Once in a while, throw in some rose petals in there or some other herbs that are really nourishing for the body. Detox baths 4 times a week. I know that seems like a lot, but we gotta sweat. We gotta let all the gunk out. Now, if you don't want a sauna and you don't want a detox bath, you can exercise. Lots of people sweat while they exercise. So if you do more than 15 minutes of strength training and you're sweating a lot, you can combine these 2 habits of physical strength training with the sweating portion of the 75 High Vibe. But for most of us, we're not there. And so we need to have a separate task for sweating 4 times a week. You don't need to do it every single day. 4 times a week is plenty. Again, we don't want to overdo it. Now you're going to get your AA plus bonus points if while you sweat, you're taking a binder. Now, I'll recommend some binders in the description box below that I absolutely love. Binders help pull out the toxins and help you sweat them out easier. Highly recommend anytime you sauna sesh or sweat, even if it is during your workouts, you take a binder. And then we move into the 7th and final task in 75 high vibe in the physical category. And please don't just turn this off when you hear it, but I think it is so important. And that is 1 coffee enema a week. I know that probably triggered you and you're like, what? I'm not doing that. We're just going to cancel that. You said I could modify this, right? I'm going to invite you and challenge you to not skip this task. Now, let me break down coffee enema a little, and I could do a whole separate video about it. But essentially what we're doing is getting a specific type of coffee that is mold-free, that is specifically formulated for this type of therapy. We're brewing the coffee, infusing water with the coffee beans. Then we are straining the coffee out and we're using just the water that has the coffee extract in it. And then, yes, we are doing an enema. Why are we doing this? Because coffee enemas have been proven to increase a hormone in our liver called glutathione. Now, glutathione is our master antioxidant. It is our anti-aging antioxidant. It is so powerful for releasing stuck and stagnant gunk in the liver and in the gallbladder. So if you have liver stagnation, gallbladder issues, this is a beautiful modality. If you have any kind of digestion issues, stuck and stagnant stuff in your digestive tract, if you're chronically constipated, if you've never done a parasite cleanse, these coffee enemas are amazing at releasing the gunk that our body stores. And you only have to do it 1 time a week. Now, I'm going to walk you through this. I will make an entire reel on this. I might do it over on TikTok as well. So that would be like a longer format of this, breaking it all down. But such an important modality to incorporate for so many reasons. Google it, research it, like you will find the benefits of it. I don't want to go too much into it in this video, but it's something I do weekly. And you feel so amazing. I know it's scary. But I'll walk you through it. You can do it. So then we move into the next category of 75 high vibe, and we move into the health hygiene category. So this incorporates beauty. This incorporates just our overall well-being. So wellness and beauty hacks. So the first thing in the health hygiene category is sleeping 8 to 9 hours for the next 75 days. Now, I know you're not going to make it every single day, but we're going to try. And the way that we can try to do this is by at least laying in bed by 9 p.m. Okay. And this means like laying in bed, ready to unwind. We're not scrolling. We're not reading personal development books. We're not having heated conversations. We're not running around the house and getting in bed every, so often. You are in bed, ready to lay there to unwind, unplug, and slow the nervous system down by 9 p.m. You might not go to bed till 10 or 11 or whatever, and that's okay. There are studies that for the female body specifically to operate optimally, a woman needs to be asleep during the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Now, this comes from the Chinese medicine clock, where each organ operates and functions optimally during a specific hour of the day and the night. And so for female bodies, we need to be sleeping between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. And I know that is so hard for so many of us, but for our health, if we can at least be in bed by 9 p.m. and relaxing and unwinding, it would be super helpful. I have probably been getting 8 hours religiously for the last 2 weeks. And I wake up alive and ready to go. I'm shocked. Like, this is not me. I'm a night owl by nature. I love to be up till 2 a.m. I get creative at night. Like, when the world goes to sleep, I feel like I come alive. I sleep till 9 or 10 and I'm ready to get going. I don't know this new version of me, but I like her. And it took some discipline to get this habit really under control. So it's just a goal. It's just a challenge. The next hygiene topic here is going to be oil pulling. Now, if you don't know what oil pulling is, that's why I'm here today in this episode to break down each of these tasks. Oil pulling is the concept of using coconut oil and swishing it around your mouth for a minimum of 5, but up to 15 minutes if you can do it. And what it does is it pulls toxins out of the teeth. I know, you're like, wait, what? Like, I thought I'd just go to the dentist and get a cleaning. Well, your oral microbiome in your mouth, the bacteria in your mouth, directly correlate to the microbiome in your gut, the bacteria in your gut. So if you have gut issues, more than likely you've got bacterial imbalances, parasites, fungus, blah, blah, blah going on in your mouth that you're swallowing and is going into your digestive tract. And I know people don't want to believe that you can have parasites and bacteria and fungus in your mouth, but they do. They live in your gums. They're microscopic. You can't see them. And that leads to cavities. That leads to dry teeth. It leads to all sorts of things that lead us to the doctor and have to get a tooth pulled or a root canal. Heaven forbid, please don't do that. Oh my God, I'm just saying, don't do that. Or have to get cavities filled. So oil pulling is amazing Ayurvedic practice that helps heal and rebalance the oral microbiome. So my favorite brand is Guru Nanda. I'll link them in the description box below. I found them through TikTok. I researched their company. I've bought probably at this point 8 or 9 bottles. I just found out that Costco sells it in big bottles, so it's even cheaper. And I have noticed a huge improvement in my gums, in my teeth, like oil pulling for the win. Then we're going to move on to the third habit under the health hygiene category, and that is gua shaing every single day. So what is gua sha? Well, gua sha is essentially using a tool that is made from a crystal. Usually it's jade or quartz or rose quartz, and you are doing a facial massage, a facial manipulation that's going to help move the lymphatic system and help tighten your skin actually. Now, you could use a jade roller that looks like this if you're watching the video version. Or you can use a jade Gua Sha stone. And I'm not going to do a tutorial right now because many of you are just listening to the audio version, but you're essentially moving your lymphatic system, tightening and pulling the skin, clearing out all the stuck energy in your face. It is just a beautiful healing ritual to do. I'll make a reel over on Holistic Soul Sister TV and on the TikTok page, or you can just Google Gua Shaing and watch step-by-step tutorials. So we're going to do that every single day. Then we move into the final category of 75 high vibe, and that is nourishment. That is filling our body up with good things. And so the first habit is your diet. Now, this is where you can modify. I'm doing AIP for the first 30 days, and then the last 45 days of 75 high vibe, I'm going straight paleo. If you want me to recommend something for you, I would say go paleo. If that is something you can commit to, it'd be super helpful. If you have autoimmune issues like me and you want to make a big change in your health and start reversing some of those crazy symptoms, do the AIP. I challenge you to it. I know you can do it. It's really hard. I get it, but you're going to feel amazing, and then do paleo. Now, if both of those do not sound appealing for you at all, I'd highly recommend that you just switch your diet to cut out gluten, dairy, sugar, processed foods if you can swing it, and soy. If you can do just that, it would be absolutely amazing for 75 days. Now, maybe that sounds like too much because you have a lot going on and you want to just start working on the other habits and make your diet a little bit easier. Commit to more green drinks. Having a power shake every day from Purium. You guys know I'm obsessed with it. Some green juice, some fresh pressed juice, like where you could just add in more nourishment, add in more fruits and veggies and nourishing herbs. Like if that's all you got to do for this, whatever. Modify it, but do your best. Definitely do something that's nourishing when it comes to your diet. The next task on 75 High Vibe under nourishment is going to be water consumption, right? We need clean, healthy water. So I really want you to look and assess the water that you're consuming. No tap water. Let's cut out the tap water. No Brita filters. They ain't doing much for you. You don't have to do bottled water. Please, no plastic. So what can you do? Well, we can do mineral water, sparkling water. We can do water that comes in glass containers. We can get a reverse osmosis system, which is my favorite and recommended. They only cost like $250 on Amazon, and they're pretty easy to install. You can get a Berkey filter. There's many other different types of water and hydration. But please make sure that you mineralize your water. You can use Celtic sea salt, Himalayan salt, or my favorite, Baja Gold salt, which has a lot of minerals, and then you'll just put that in your water. Or you can get trace mineral drops, another one of my fan favorites. And Purium also has a trace mineral drop. I think it's called Trace Minerals. I don't know. I'll put whatever I can in the description box below. Okay, so we want to make sure we have nourishing foods, clean water, and then number 3 for the nourishment category, we want to nourish our brain and our mind. So I want you to read 30 minutes a day. It could be personal development books where you're learning about your mind, your body, a biography, like whatever you want. Make sure if it's personal development and you have to think, we're doing that before 9 p.m. If we're reading something like just like a romance novel or something lighthearted or fantasy, like read that before you go to bed when you lay in bed at 9 p.m. So reading 30 minutes a day is going to be so good for your nervous system, just calming your body. And I'm going to say this, and I know I'm giving you guys so much here, so just take what resonates. I do not recommend you reading from a Kindle after the sun goes down, unless you're wearing blue blocking glasses. I want you to try to stay off your device as much as possible when the sun goes down, because we got red light exposure, right? In the morning or when the sun goes down. And red light signals the brain it's time to release melatonin, and the cortisol can go down. But then you're under blue lights, right? Your device has blue light and it's shining in your eyes, and it's telling your brain, no, 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 the sun is still up, blue light, sun is still up. We got to stay awake. We got to stay alert. And then you can't fall asleep. So let's try to minimize screen exposure after sunset, and don't read on a Kindle if you're going to do it at night. Try to go the old-fashioned way. It's really, really calming for your nervous system. And the last and final task of 75 High Vibe, it's in the nourishment category, and that is nourishing our spirit and our soul. And that is morning journaling and morning meditation. So every morning, I don't care if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, this is customizable to you. I want you to take time first thing in the morning. If you can't do it first thing in the morning because you got kiddos, I want you to make sure that there's this little pocket of window before you get going on your day, before you get ready, before you rush into clients, before you leave the house. Like, there's going to be a minute of morning journaling. And if all you can do is write one quick sentence and close your eyes and say your gratitude for 30 seconds, just as long as it becomes a high vibe habit, it's going to be amazing. Now, if you want to go AA plus, I would definitely do some beautiful dream journaling when you wake up, any kind of inspiration, affirmations, like try to journal a page or two just on what you're thinking, what your intention is for the day, what you desire to happen, reflections, inspo, whatever. Just journal what your mind is saying to do first thing in the morning, and then a beautiful meditation that's at least 10, 15 minutes. That is your AA plus. So that is the official 75 High Vibe program for our Holistic Soul Sisters. How are you feeling? How's this sound? Is it something you think you could do? Like I said, I am 3 weeks in and I am freaking obsessed. So much of this has forced me to recognize where I wasn't doing these tiny little habits. Like, I keep meaning to stretch and then I never do. And I keep wanting to do 15 minutes of strength training, but then the day gets away from me. Or oil pulling. Like, this has been monumental in helping my oral microbiome and my sinuses, and really forcing me to pay attention to my water intake. Like, so many pieces of this I thought I was doing, and you guys know I do all the things. But this has helped me really see clearly what I am doing and what I'm not doing, and how to improve what I'm not doing, and habit stacking. I've learned to take my busy life. You guys know I run Holistic Soul Sisters. I have a beauty spa that I go to and take clients at. I have my astrology content that I do and readings I do for clients. I have my significant other who loves to travel. I take care of my health. I travel to see my family. I do it all. What this has helped me do is habit stack and prioritize my health before all those other things. So for instance, I will do my 5,000 steps during glow hour. So I get my red light and I get my steps. I do my slow stretching while I'm reading sometimes, where I'll like put the book on the floor and I'll stretch out my hips. What are some other things that I've habit stacked? I've done my sauna and my lymphatic dry brushing. What else? I'm going to do some more content around this, so stick around if you're new and you want to hear more about this. Subscribe, follow along. I'm working on a vlog, one day in my life, doing 75 High Vibes, so you can kind of see like what this looks like in my day on a regular day. So that is something. Also, if you are curious and interested, I'm going to put together a little ebook breaking down every single one of these habits. I'm going to offer that for free, so you can do 75 High Vibe with me. Jump in whatever day I'm at, like jump in with me. I'm probably going to do this the rest of my life in some way, some fashion, some form. So in the description box below, there's going to be a sign up for the free ebook for 75 High Vibe. It's going to link you to my Substack, which I've decided I'm going to start a Substack. It's pretty much an email list where every week I can give you recipes and it's going to be archived. And it's kind of like an email platform, but like kind of like a magazine archive. So articles and my recommendations and products, links and things like that. So I'm super excited to put that together. So stay tuned for that. Anything I don't link in the description box below, I'll put in that ebook. So make sure you get the ebook so you don't miss out on anything. And stick around for the vlog. I'm so excited to put that together. So I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a part of the Holistic Soul Sister community. It means so much to me to be around like-minded women who are interested in healing their body holistically, that are interested in growing spiritually, that share with me different healing modalities. So anything that's worked for you, let me know if you think there's anything I should have added to 75 High Vibe, something you do every day for your health. As you notice, I didn't add in supplements because those are so unique for every single person, but I do my supplement routine every single day. If you're curious about that, let me know in the comments below. I can do a video on my daily supplements. And that's it. I'm going to wrap up this episode. I'm so happy I had the strength and the vitality to sit down with you today. I'm going to send you so much love and light, and I hope you're feeling good and you're getting ready for the summer to feel amazing in your skin and in your body because you deserve it. So with all my love and all my gratitude, make sure you keep healing holistically and growing spiritually, and I'll catch you in the next episode.